So you're looking for a good, simple, budget-friendly chili recipe? Stay tuned, I've got just the one for you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you a quick and easy recipe for a really good chili. It's budget friendly, super simple to make, and just delicious. This particular recipe I'm making for just the two of us, so it's not a large recipe. It's very easy to make more though. You're just going to add a few extra ingredients and I'll talk you through that as well. What you'll need for this is a pound of ground beef, some onions, some diced tomatoes, some chili beans. I prefer Mrs. Grimes chili beans because she's local to the area that we live in. And I prefer chili beans that have the chili gravy in. It just saves you a step. And then I season with Lawry's seasoning salt and garlic salt. So what I'm doing here is just adding my seasoning to the ground beef, and I'm going to brown up my ground beef. If you're putting this in a crock pot to cook all day long, you don't need to cook the hamburger in advance. I was home and I was doing a bulk cooking day this particular day. I think I made 3 different recipes. So I needed the slow cooker that I was using for the chili later on that day. So I went ahead and browned the ground beef. If you're one of those people who just loves the smell of chili and throughout the day you might be in there dipping your spoon in there to have a little taste test and just make sure everything's going well, then you need to cook the ground beef in advance. If you're going to put it in the slow cooker and it's going to cook all day while you're gone, you can go ahead and put it in there. I would say as long as it's thawed and it's going to be in the slow cooker for 6 to 8 hours, you're going to be fine. And just so you know, the hamburger is going to be in bigger chunks if you do it that way than it is if you brown it in a skillet. But either way, it's going to be just fine. Now you'll see there's some liquid in this pan. This particular hamburger, this ground beef, was 97% fat-free. So I went ahead and added just a little bit of beef stock in order to give that hamburger some moisture as it was cooking.
Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long, want you all night, watch 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 all night. Watch all night, 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 watch all night. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long.
I'm just continuing to brown this ground beef until it's completely browned all the way through and there's no red or raw looking meat left inside. And as you can see, that beef broth is just steaming away as the ground beef cooks. Next, I'm going to add some onions, and I just toss in whatever looks good. I don't measure. It's just different every time. Add as many or as few as you like, and if you don't care for onions, just leave them out entirely. I went ahead and got the diced onions this particular time at the grocery store because I was going to use it for a multitude of recipes, so it just made it easier to buy a package that was already diced. Other things you could throw in the ground beef at this point would be green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, some jalapeno peppers, diced jalapeno peppers if you like some extra spice. You could also add some chili flakes while that ground beef is browning up to give your chili a little bit more heat. I don't particularly care for a lot of heat, So I just stick with the garlic salt and the Lowry salt. You could also add some fillers. If your kids are chili eaters, but it's hard to get some veggies in them, go ahead and throw a can of corn in there. Helps get those veggies in them in a way that's not quite as much of a battle as it might otherwise be. That's one of the great things about chili too, is it's basically a great starter recipe, and you can add whatever you like to it to make it perfect for you and your family.
Baby, now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love.
The crock pot I'll be using today to cook my chili in was intended to be a sauce crock pot. You'll see it's quite small, and it does work really well for sauces and hot dips like cheese dips, but it also works terrific for these small meals for just Phil and I. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the ground beef first, and then I'll add the diced tomatoes and a single can of chili beans in chili gravy. If you want to make this in a regular sized crock pot or for a larger number of people, the only thing you're going to do is add more of those chili beans in the chili gravy. So you could add as many as 3 more without altering any of the other ingredients. 1 can of diced tomatoes and 1 pound of hamburger, and however many vegetables you would normally put in to a small amount of chili are going to work for a larger amount of chili as well. I'm just going to give this a quick stir to make sure that everything is equally mixed and incorporated together, and then I'll turn this on low so it heats through and all of those flavors meld and marry and blend, and it just makes a delicious meal. This is great for eating in a bowl. It's great for putting over baked potatoes. If you made it without the beans, it would be terrific for chili dogs, something along those lines. And I will tell you, it helps your chili cook tremendously if you actually plug in the slow cooker first. This is what happens when you meticulously clean your counters over and over and over again, and you unplug things so you can move it and get back there and get behind the counters to clean. You forget to plug things back in. Your chili will not cook in your slow cooker if your slow cooker is not turned on. There's just a little tip for you. You guys know how I am about dishes in the sink. I just can't stand it. I hope you don't get tired of watching me wash dishes or wash my sink, but I just cannot stand dirty dishes in the sink. And in my defense on this particular day, again, this was a bulk cooking day, so I needed these utensils and this pan later on in the day anyway. But I watch these videos when I'm doing my editing and doing my voiceovers, and I wonder if you guys just think I'm absolutely bonkers for washing dishes and washing the sink as often as I do. If you think I am, I'm sorry. I disagree. I like a clean kitchen. I like a clean sink, but I am beginning to think I do take it just a tad bit too far.
Watch all night. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long.
And now it's my favorite time. It's time to eat. We're going to give this a final stir so that we get everything incorporated into the bowl. And I'm going to dish this up as a single meal. I like to eat my chili topped with sharp cheddar cheese and a little bit of sour cream. You can obviously eat it however you prefer it. And if you want to make this even more economical and stretch it into multiple meals, you can serve it as chili like this one night, and then again over chips, over rice, or over pasta to make that meal stretch into multiple meals throughout the week and give it different flavors each time. Each will be truly, truly delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, enjoy this bowl of chili, and we'll talk soon.